What's up, my mathletes? This is Mr. Muscarella coming at you, and we need to talk a little bit about your group work for the project. So let's go ahead and review a couple pieces on the rubric for group work. Now, one of the things you'll notice, it says, complete all parts of the collaboration and video production, and that's worth 20 points, and then 10 points is for participating in group discussions and providing feedback. So we're going to take a look at one student's work here about that. And one thing I really want to highlight is items 1, 2, and 3 here. Is their work neat and organized? Is their work clearly shown for how they arrived at their answer? And is their answer correct? So let's take a look at this student's work right here. And as we get ready to do that, I want to call your attention to something I've noticed in a lot of people's work, which is also falling on you guys in your group work. Now, the bottom two say find two positive, two negative coterminal angles in degrees, and then the one below that says to find at least two positive, two negative coterminal angles in radians that are different than the two coterminal angles you found in degrees. A lot of people are messing that up, which means in the group you are messing that up. So if you mess this up for your teammate, and everybody in your group for this section is going to get 0 points for the group work. So you're going to throw away 30 points. And how do I know that you did that incorrectly? Because when I look at a student's work, we can definitely tell if the angles they find are the same or they are different. And so here's this work. So again, let's look at the first three questions. The first one is, that first question, is their work neat and organized? And the second question was, is their how they arrived at their answer shown? So when I look at this student's work, it's beautiful. Chelsea, man, it's great work here. I love it and everything. Now, this is where it falls on the group, on the group to help this person out, right? Because if I take a look at their final answer, and I'm going to look at 79 pi over 18, and I can tell you that is going to be the same thing as 790 degrees. They're supposed to be different. They're supposed to be different. So collaboratively, collectively, we need to find angles that are different. So the answers that you get for the degrees should be entirely different than the answers you get in radians. And so how can you check that? Well, there's two ways. You can either take the angle that you have in degrees and convert that to radians. So in this case, if we said 790, and to convert that, remember, we'd multiply by pi over 180, and both of these have zeros in the end of it. So that would, of course, cancel out the zeros. So we'd be at 79 pi over 18. And if I look at that answer, well, hey, that's the same thing as the answer that they got right there. So 790 degrees is the same thing as 79 pi over 18. One's in degrees, one's in radians. They need to be different. So if you are in this group, you need to be catching this stuff. This is your job to help one another catch these simple mistakes that we make, because we all make mistakes, no big deal, but you got to help each other find these mistakes. And again, if somebody in your group makes this mistake, everybody in your group is going to get dinged the 30 points, because what that tells me is that you didn't do your part by looking through and helping out your classmates and your teammates there to really go through their work and see, is it correct? So I don't want you just checking boxes and being lazy about that. You need to step up and help one another out, because that's what I expect you guys to do. And it's evident that if somebody were to get this piece wrong, then the other people in that person's group did not do their job. All right, so make sure you do your job and help one another out. And I want you to go back through and double check your work as well as everybody else's work. Now, again, we went from degrees to radians. The other way you could have done that is taken that 79 pi over 18 and change that into degrees by, again, multiplying by 180 over pi. And then that would reduce down to 790 degrees. Now, you all have taken quizzes on this and assessments on this that you've done great on. So this should not be an issue for you with this section. So please be sure to check yourselves before you wreck yourselves and throw away 30 points. All right, so when you are done, double check it, have your teammates double check it, and make sure that you are completely legit for this section. All right, I'll catch up with you guys later. Have a great day. Peace out.